Big day. We are loaded up and we're on our way to Canada. We are looking at going for 10 days to 2 weeks. We're taking the Bean. Kara has a family reunion up there, so the truck is loaded with everything we need for it. And it's been a struggle to get everything in the Bean and everything, but I think we're good to go. We're so much more used to taking the fifth wheel, which we can just cram full of everything.
So packing the Bean for meal planning has been a little different than what I'm used to. This is about as much as I can hold. So packing for just a couple of meals and then we'll just shop on our way as we travel. Once I've got all of my kitchen gear, there's not a whole lot of extra pantry, especially with the rest being just kind of our daily toiletries, clothes, things like that. So yes, it's been a little different than what I'm used to.
In the end, I think it's going to be a good experience to see if we can go 10 days to 2 weeks in a tiny Teardrop camp trailer. We also snagged a backflip bed cover. Kara was nice enough to grab it the other day at work.
Happy anniversary, man.
Yeah, happy anniversary to me. And it is awesome. So now we're going to be able to keep everything nice and secure and dry. It's going to be so nice to have everything just locked up and secure.
One reason we are taking the Bean versus the big old Goldie is fuel cost right now. It's the story of our lives. One being diesel, and two, towing big things costs a lot of money. So we are taking the Bean with us. It'll save us gas mileage, as well as the worry of just navigating roads, getting gas, pulling into gas stations, pulling off curbs, all those kind of things that we typically have to think about when we are towing the big fifth wheel. So we will do a little price comparison for you, gas wise, just give you some prices on what we usually tow for Goldie and what we're going to tow with the Bean. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a bad situation. An old Winnie stalled out in this busy intersection.
We've made it to our first stop on our first day of our 10 to 2 week jaunt here. Just getting everything unloaded. Luckily, we're right next to Kara's parents in their big fifth wheel, and we have plenty of room here. We scheduled this for our fifth wheel, and then we decided to take the Bean. And with how RV parks are right now, we didn't dare call and cancel because there might not be another spot. So we're in a giant pull through with our little Teardrop. And of course, as it always goes, you forget something. I don't know. I went through the garage, I don't know how many times, and I thought I had everything that I needed. Flip up the back flip to get out the grill, and I left our grill at home. The one thing that we were planning on using to cook most of our meals. We do have our little cooktop on the back of the Bean, but that's not kind of what we were thinking of using. So now we're in a predicament of, do we go buy a new grill? Do we make do? I don't know, what do you do? So luckily, Kara's dad has his little Olympia grill. So we were able to throw the hamburgers on it for tonight, which are going right now because it's about 5 and oh, I'm hungry. Hamburgers look really good though. We just went through before we left home and got them all pattied up and stuff, mixed up. So they're cooking away. But of course, you know, one of those things when you head out, you always leave something. Comment below, what have you forgot when you've headed out on your RV trips? I'm sure everybody's forgot something. Maybe it's not important, maybe it is important. Should we go buy a grill? I don't know. But we're happy to be here. Got the Bean all set up. We aren't even gonna unhook it tonight because we're moving in the morning. I got it plugged in even though it really doesn't need it, and just enjoying the night. This RV park in Delco, Idaho is awesome. Tons of shade. It's 100-ish degrees and the shade is just making it so bearable. We were really worried that we were gonna have to sleep in with Kara's parents in their trailer with air conditioners. Just being too hot without an air conditioner on the bean. I know most people, when they think of small teardrop trailers like ours, is like, don't stay in an RV park. But for us, we're gonna travel the first few days with Kara's parents, and then we're gonna break off on the way back from the family reunion and do our own thing. But for right now, it's pretty dang nice to be in an RV park with all these trees and just be able to whip off the freeway and get settled. Comment below, what do you think? Would you hit an RV park, or would you have tried to, you know, find a place to stay off-grid or whatever, or in a Walmart parking lot? It's a tough decision to make, to spend the money on an RV park or not. These are portobello mushroom burgers. You mix the portobello mushrooms, onions, green peppers, all the seasonings in with the sausage and the ground beef. So it's not like they're a veggie burger or anything like that. It's just all the vegetables already mixed in that you would have put on top anyways. So glad Eldon had his grill, or else we would have been in big trouble. Day number 1 coming to an end. And Kara's getting the sheets on the bed. It's nice to have sheets that actually fit, but it's still a tight squeeze, right?
Yes.
But so far so good. I think tomorrow is going to be the real determining factor on if we're going to miss having the 5th wheel or not, because it's supposed to be hot.
Yeah, oh my gosh, Pendleton is going to be, I believe, over 100 last time we looked. So I'm literally praying tonight that they have trees and shade. Yeah. Today wasn't too bad though. I mean, it was late enough in the evening, and of course my parents gave off a very nice shade cast for us, so. Yeah,
they block the sun really well.
They block the sun really well, yes. Yeah.
Now just finish up making the bed and call it a night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Last night wasn't too bad. I think Kara actually got cold. It was nice that Eldon and Dixie are here with their big trailer, so we had easier access to a bathroom, even though the bathroom's just kind of across the street, but pretty nice that way. Now we are on to Pendleton, and it is going to be a hot, hot day. It's supposed to be well over 100, and whenever you're towing in the heat, it just makes everything a little bit more difficult. So hopefully it doesn't get too hot by the time we get there, and we don't have any tire issues or anything like that. I'm not too worried with the Bean having any tire issues. Not a very heavy trailer, that sort of stuff, but these bigger 5th wheels like Eldon has here, you get the heat, all that sort of stuff, and sometimes you can lose the tires. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we don't have any of those issues. What you doing, Kara?
Getting Mom set up. Tea and ice water.
They got their Halo View ready to go. He's using the heck out of that. If you're interested in a good backup camera, Halo View. Said the old Ford did good yesterday. It was about 100 degrees, and he said it got a little bit warm pulling some of the hills, but nothing too bad. Just keeps on moving.
Right now we are just getting Mom and Dad all packed up. We took like less than 3 minutes to get unhooked and ready to go. Basically just pull our power cord. But it is kind of a process for them. Get the slides in, get the rugs pulled, get, you know, all the doors strapped down, check the windows, vents, you know, all those good things.
I don't know how far you travel in a day. Kara and I usually try to get 6, 7, 8 hours. Today we're doing 5.5. Eldon and Dixie don't like to get much more than 4 or 5 hours. Not gonna make it too far, just up near Pendleton, Oregon. And I don't know, sometimes I feel like let's just cover some ground. And then other times it's like, oh, it's nice to get off the road. So comment below what you think. Kara, what do you think?
Turn right, then turn right.
Should we turn right?
I think we should turn right and then turn right. It is nice to like really get some ground, but yeah, also you just get tired of sitting in the truck and your body wears on you, and then you're just like, oh my gosh, get me out of this truck. So little short stints are nice too. I don't know. It just varies on where we're going and how far we need to travel in a day.
Well, and there's nothing to see between here in Delco, Idaho, and Pendleton, Oregon. There's not much to see, so.
No, hot, dry.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Well, we just had to pull off. We've been following my dad this time, and we noticed they left the window open. Crisis averted.
Yep, back on the road. Just don't want to, you know, ruin the blinds and fill the trailer full of whatever. And yeah. So.
All right, back to it. Let us know in the car.
To merge onto I-84 west towards La Grande.
Yes, trying to get on the freeway again. So tell us what you guys always end up pulling over to do. Ours was the classic step.
On the old stairs, yeah.
Always leaving the step out. I catch my parents leaving their
grab bar handle.
Yeah, their grab bar handle still flipped out. Well, we have arrived. Made it to our second night destination. Jesse's just gonna get us set up. Dad's gonna get set up.
The fun part of RVing is getting set up after the journey. Got it all in lock now.
Really nice thing about the beam is we are still tied on and showing level.
Yeah, we got leveled already, huh?
Already leveled?
Yep. Okay, we're set up. All done.
Mom hasn't even got out of the truck yet. She's working on it.
It's been a hot drive. I think we've been right around 100 ever since we left Boise. But this Wild Horse Casino RV park's pretty nice. A lot of times if you can find these Native American casinos, they have nice RV parks. Plus we're gonna be able to go in and have dinner tonight. Usually when we're out on the road, we don't try to spend a lot of money eating out, but it just feels like one of those days where we aren't gonna be able to sit outside and eat because it's so hot, and might as well go in and, you know.
And they have a shuttle.
Yeah, they have a shuttle that'll come pick us up right here, so it should be good.
And we'll get out of the heat.
Yeah, it'll be air conditioned. We had to stop at Walmart in Boise because Kara was tired of stepping out into the gravel or the weeds or whatever, getting her shoes on in the morning. So we got two different rugs. They don't match, but they were the cheapest ones they had. This one says hello. This one has floral print and is blue. So they should be a lot nicer to get out of the trailer and put our shoes on and all that sort of stuff rather than dealing with gravel or weeds and tracking dirt in and all that.
Yes, my main concern was keeping our bed clean once we've got it down for the night.
Seems like everybody that has one of these fireplaces eventually has problems with them. I just don't think they're built to bounce down the road as much as they do. And looking at it, it's came unscrewed right here. So we're gonna take it apart and see if we can get it fixed. I think we'll just take this faceplate off here, and then we should have access to these screws over here, but we'll see. The thing to understand is I have no idea in hell what I'm doing. So we're just taking screws out to see where we end up. So if you're looking at this video as a tutorial how to fix this stuff, you might want to look somewhere else because that's not what's happening here. Well, we were able to get the old screws out, but we don't have any new screws to put in. So we put the old screws back in, try to tighten them up. They're probably going to come loose again. But like most things on RVs, they put them in the easiest way possible instead of doing it right. So when he gets home to the hardware store, he's going to have to get a longer screw and put in to get a better...
I got a toolbox underneath. Let me go see if there's a long screw in it.
Well, then we'll wait. So if we have a longer wood screw, we can get it.
Well, we do. I'll go look.
Luckily, it's really hot out there.
It's cooled down 1 degree. We should notice it.
I grabbed my toolbox and was like, holy crap.
Burn your hands.
Yeah.
Then tightened up, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Not where it went.
So what I'm trying to do now is just change the angle. We tried breaking off some wood off a shim and filling in the hole and getting it to expand, but instead of just using one piece of plywood, they have two glued together. So if Kara looks up here, you can see that there's two glued together, so it just spreads. Just typical half-assery. So good thing I'm here to half-ass it back together. Well, I think for now our park fix will have to hold. It just, I don't know what else to do until we can get to a hardware store and get some longer screws, and then when he gets home he can actually fix it the right way, because of course it wasn't built right in the first place. Just, you know, another one of those fun parts about going RVing is getting back from dinner and finding, you know, something broken. But I guess we can, you know, move on with the camping trip now. It's cooled down a little bit, right?
Yeah, it's tolerable.
It's 80 degrees, so we're gonna see how tonight goes. It's supposed to get down to about 60, so shouldn't be too bad.
Lucky for us, we're with my parents tonight, and I was literally like freezing with the air conditioner on.
So there's some trade-offs.
There are some trade-offs, yes.
Yeah, air conditioning might be nice tonight, but I'm sure we can push through this.
Yeah, I think tonight will be totally fine.
Yeah.
Early the next morning.
Starting day 3, went out for a little run. Now it's time to get some coffee going. Someday I'll learn how to use this French press right. Every time I burn my hands on it, because the heat just comes out around the sides here, and it just gets this handle right here hot. So last time I burnt myself pretty good. Hopefully I don't burn myself this time. Beautiful day though. And today we're gonna make a push for Canada, across the border. It's gonna be a little bit of a drive. Breakfast of champions here. My favorite. Raspberry filled. And some coffee.